Hi everyone, it's Mana. So today's topic is something I think a lot of people are secretly curious about. How do Japanese women actually feel about a mature man? And what makes a mature man attractive? In Japan, people often start to think of themselves as oji-san or oba-san, basically middle-aged once they hit around 40. Interestingly, though, women sometimes get called oba-san even in their 30s, which is kind of harsh, right? But for men, guys in their 30s usually don't feel like oji-san yet. Once they reach their 40s, though, that's when they start noticing little sign of aging and feel like, okay, I'm joining the oji-san team now. It's kind of funny, but honestly, I believe men in their 40s and 50s can still very attractive, and there are definitely plenty of chances to meet a great partner. It really depends on you. So today, I'm gonna talk about how mature men can become more attractive from a Japanese woman's perspective. And yes, we are also going to get into what the Japanese women really think about oji-san. You know, men in their 40s and 50s. I know you are curious, so let's get into it. So let's talk about how Japanese girls and women see men in their 40s and beyond. Of course, it really depends on the individual, but there are definitely some popular oji-san out there. And this might surprise you, but sometimes younger women even describe certain older men as kawaii, which means cute, but not cute like a puppy or baby. It's more about their attitude and behavior, like they might come across as kind, warm, a little funny, or just really easy to be around. That kind of personality can feel very endearing and honestly pretty attractive. So, what makes mature men attractive to Japanese women? Well, many women expect mature men to be generous, calm, and emotionally stable. They also appreciate the knowledge and the life experience that comes with age and a sense of quiet leadership. For women who are into older men, there's often an attraction to that warm, comforting feeling, almost like a father figure. But and this is really important. Don't misunderstand this. You don't want to actually become her father because once it turns into that kind of dynamic, the relationship is no longer equal and that can lead to some pretty bad outcomes. What women really want is someone who is warm and supportive but still sees them as an equal partner. And one more thing, this is really important. A lot of Japanese women don't find that dangerous or bad boy vibe attractive in mature men. If an older guy tries to act like a rebellious bad boy, many women will actually think, which basically means an embarrassing adult. It's not a compliment. Of course, many women are attracted to mature men who are confident and ambitious, but that does not mean acting reckless or trying to look edgy like a younger guy. In fact, that kind of behavior can have the opposite effect. So the second topic is what kind of appearance and vibe make a mature man attractive to Japanese women? First, to be honest, there aren't that many women in their 20s who are strongly attracted to men in their 40s and 50s. There's a pretty big age gap and a lot of them feel like they are just in completely different stages of life. So sometimes it's just harder to connect on things like lifestyle or values. But when it comes to mature Japanese women, many of them do find older men attractive. Let's dive a little deeper into what makes mature men attractive to Japanese women. So the first thing is a clean and neat appearance. And honestly, this isn't just about older men. It applies to younger guys too. In Japan, looking clean and well put together is very important. Having a clean image is essential. It gives the impression that you are a mature, reliable adult. In Japanese society, it's really hard to succeed socially or romantically without that. Many Japanese people also believe that your appearance reflects who you are on the inside. But of course, this way of thinking comes from Japanese cultural norms. Everyone has a different lifestyle, so it's not the only standard. At the end of the day, it's really about your overall vibe and giving off a healthy, well-balanced impression. In the sense, this really reflects Japanese beauty standards and our common sense about appearance. At the same time, things are slowly changing, especially among the younger generation. These days, many younger women are more attracted to men who have a softer, more gentle kind of charm, someone who combines kindness with a sense of style or beauty. It's not so much about being traditionally manly man anymore, and honestly, I find this shift really interesting. And the second thing is, many mature Japanese women prefer men who don't look too flashy. To be honest, it's pretty rare to see a mature man walking around in very flashy clothes in Japan. If someone's style is too bold or attention-grabbing, people might think, wow, what kind of person is that guy? And instinctively keep their distance. Now, if I saw the same guy in New York, London, or Los Angeles, I might think, oh, he looks kind of cool. But honestly, I will probably still keep my distance. It's interesting, right? The same look can be perceived very differently depending on the cultural background. And honestly, since I'm Japanese, I feel like it's hard for me to connect with someone whose sense of style and the vibe is completely different from mine. If I use a personal example, I really like Daniel Craig. He's older than me, and honestly, he even looks a bit older than his actual age, but he still looks so cool. One is that I think his attractiveness comes from his posture, the way he carries himself, and how he wears his clothes. Okay, I know he's a famous actor, so maybe it's not the most realistic example. But what I'm trying to say is, all of this is connected to cultural common sense. At the end of the day, it's more about your vibe and what comes from within. How familiar and comfortable your vibe feels to others really matters. And honestly, approachability is key. That's why some people can look amazing in just a simple t-shirt and chinos, while others don't give the same impression, even in nice clothes. If you want to become a mature man who is treated with warmth and affection, I would suggest working on your sense of humor and keeping a positive vibe. Personally, I think one of the most important qualities for mature men is generosity and the positive mindset that comes with it. That's why mature men who are funny, kind, and positive tend to be very popular with Japanese women. So, in the long run, having a sense of humor is really important in Japan. Many Japanese people appreciate someone with a good sense of humor, especially because people tend to be more serious in daily life. That's why someone who can make others feel comfortable and relaxed is really valued. And honestly, I love finding little moments of humor in everyday life, and I'm definitely drawn to people who can make me laugh. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of what makes mature men attractive to Japanese women and maybe a few tips for building great relationships too. Thank you so much for watching my video. Until then, I would be happy if you hit the subscribe button. See you in the next video. Bye!